Hi everybody, my name is Sarwar. Today I'll discuss difference between application testing, database testing and ETL testing. I hope who are new into the software testing world, they will have clear understanding uh, and how it works. So let's explain what is the UI and application testing. For example, you are new to the testing team and you assigned for a module called create account. So in that scenario, what in that situation, before you start the testing, there are lots of guideline you have to follow, the how you do the test coverage, what is that their policy, and how long you need to can be tested, and what are the data you are using, so and what are the requirement document you need to see. So a lot of thing is involved, but we are not going through all, just basic information we are doing here. So before doing that, we have to consider the test scenario and its coverage. So in this scenario, you should cover the like screen title. For example, this is the application you got to test. So for here, you have to make sure the title, screen title and its functionality, user action and its functionality, and common functionality, and also data is saved into the database, and many more. So let's go through like a couple of scenario what you need to test in that scenario. For example, in this I have one screen here in real. So here, for example, you are adding some data. First of all, you have to check the screen title, say application request, but we said that account creation, so screen title itself wrong. And also like screen all label, like fill text label are according to the GUI, approved GUI, so that we have to verify. And a link, button, checkbox, radio button, drop down list, so those we need to verify into the screen title function. And in addition, there is a like user action functionality. So for example, I am adding some information, so this is my action I want to clear, so it is clearing the information, that is we have to validate also. And for example, I don't want this one, so if I do the clear, so it is clearing, no, so that is another defect we found. So those enable, disable, if I okay, this is if I do like check mark, it is checking. So is there anything disable field, enable field, cancel? So if I do the cancel, it is cancelling, yeah, it is cancelling. So let's open again and just go through the in detail. I want to, for example, once I'm entering the information, let's is save into the database. So if I do the submit, it should save into the database, but here showing database connection not yet established. So we have to make sure this application is working fine, that is we are doing it as a like GUI test, like application testing. We are making sure all functionality on this screen, like here is a rule. What is the rule? Take last name, what should be length, and what are the, like if I type number, it shouldn't take, so it is not taking. So for example, return date, so it should accept only date, but if I write down any special character, if it is taking, that means it's a defect. So those are the thing we need to verify. For example, one online application here I have, so here it should take only character, alphabetic character, but it is taking, if it is taking number, that special character, that means they didn't validate properly here. So those are the thing we have to verify into the application testing, like if I do without adding information, it is validating the error. Yeah, please complete all fields, and it is providing the red mark. So that is the common functionality we have to validate. And navigation, for example, if I do click here, it is navigating to the other phase, that is we have to validate. So that, so hope we are clear. So what are the application testing? So now if you check, say as I told here, the application testing is testing user interaction between the system. So now database testing is testing user interaction between system and database, as I told here. So whatever the information I add in here, but it is not into the saving into the database, that means our database connection not established. So we can show that one, but if okay, after adding the information, simply I'm considering this is the customer table. So I'm writing here select star from customer. So that customer information is should save in here. So that is the one test we have to do, part of application and the database. So that is we have to make sure. So now come with the database testing. What are the thing we are testing into the database, and what are the challenges here? So challenges like make sure all data like table, column, index, sequence, and all other information is created properly according to the database design document. So, and also we have to make sure structural and backend test, like database schema, database data device, table, column, and default rules, key index, store procedure, trigger, integration between schema and the system. So this is structural based test we have to do. And also we have to make sure like functional backend, like functional and feature, data integrity, consistency, login and user security, and database access privilege, database security and hierarchy, table access privilege. So those things, for example, manager have access only like report table. So if some other worker access to the report table, so that is not a like good database. So that thing we have to test. And also access control, that is we have to make sure. And in addition there is a batch distribution testing. So we have to make sure that batch is working properly, and like providing the error, and data loaded and distributed and converting properly. Like there is a combination, like they put like some of the procedure in one batch, so that is distributing, running properly. Those things we have to test into the database. So here I will have one example. For example, I want to test one table. Suppose you join into the one project as a database tester. So you have to, you're assigned one requirement to validate that this database requirement, to check, make sure this address table created properly into the database, and all like data type and index, see, nullable, what is the default rule. So those things you have to validate. But here we because of shortage of time, so maybe we can verify only one, that is this table is exists into the database, and also we can check the primary key and foreign key constant. So let's go, let's see what is the database here, and they mention here already is table, person, and address. So definitely it is in, we have to know like which database. So here I know like database, this is the work adventure work. So here I have to check, that is address table, select start from person dot address. So address table is existing here, so and data also here. So now I want to see the primary key and foreign key constant for this table. So for that, how you check that, that is the important thing we have to know. So to check that, we can simply go here and check, okay, for example, the table name is adventure work and table, and here is I can check person address. So key here, foreign key, primary key and foreign key. So this thing is here, but sometime maybe we have to run huge query, lot of table want to check at a time. So that is better if we write a query. For example, select constraint name from information schema, then dot key column uses where table name, I can break down here, where table name equal to address. Once I run this, then we'll see, as you see here, foreign key address state province, state province ID, and primary key is pk address ID. So that way we can verify. And now come with the like ETL mapping documents, like how we test this one, ETL testing. So for example, if I go here, checking what is the TTL testing, data flow between source to target. So in that case, we have to make sure the data flow between source and target. So how we make sure that? So for example, there is a data transformation rule is there from source to destination, and so it is working as expected. And also we have to make sure data completeness, suppose data completeness and data integrity. If I bring an example here, as you see, for example, some of the challenge is there, like some entity, data entity challenge. For example, it's wrong data can be loaded from different various source, like transactional system. Think about this is the transactional system. So this transactional system, whatever the data is there, these orbits there, they want to keep into the database. So they're extracting the data from their system, the all transactional system. So here the data should be itself correct. So proper incorrect data, inaccurate data, if it is entered into the system, so it will load incorrect. Sometime it will not load into the warehouse, because for example email ID here, for example I'm writing one email as like $gmail.com. See, this is, it seems is accept, is taking the no, so it is not taking. So for example, it took that email ID, that means it will not store into the database. So that itself prerequisite, we have to verify also that data we are getting from the source, it is the correct. So that is the main thing we have to, that is called data entities, we have to make sure. And so here I do one scenario like data completeness testing. Suppose I have one file here, sales data. So I want to load this data into the there is a table. Let's say I have a table here. So new table. New table is called yearly sale. Let's say this table is existing or not. Select from yearly sales. So it is not here. So let me create this table. Execute. So table created. Now I want to load the data into this table. So make sure we are making sure that 949, the scenario is like, okay, for example, you assigned a scenario like make sure that verify the data loaded completely, these data loaded into the data warehouse in the target table accurately without breaking any information. So that is the one thing we have to verify. So here is a lot of scenario. Actually I just want to give one heads up, nothing so there is a lot of testing is involved here. Data integrity, like is the target data consistent with the source data, so and also like how you understand. So for example the data, like what we are adding into to the loading into the target system. So all data type, table type, like column type is our matches. For example, this is the date. See, this is the date field. So we have to make sure the date field is available in here. So it is created. Now let's say select start from the size. So data type. So now I want to say that yearly table, the data type here. Let me refresh it. So anyway, it is not coming here. Okay, let me check here that table structure for this table. For that we have to, let me check it is in here, or we have to, or we can simply we can write sp l our table name is LA cells, as you see here. So this is the date format, this is the date, and this is the money. So and this is anchor. So that is, if now I change here for example if I trying to load the data here with the different type of value, like here let me say, let me change some value in here, just one alphabetic. So if I will try to load this, then it will not work, hopefully. So I have already in the query here the bulk load. So here is my sales data. If I try to load, see, oh, it is another database. Let's see data type, bulk load conversion type, space character, so specified, so raw number 1 and column number 88. So let's see what is the column number we are giving problem. It is that same. See, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So that is before loading. So we have to like make sure even the data is correct. So let's try to load that and make sure it is loading correctly. So if I execute this, it's loaded 49 record. Now I want to, so there is a lot of technique to verify the data, but I'm just doing simply writing the query here. So select count cluster from LA set. So I'm making sure the completeness of the data. So here it's showing 97 record. So how come it's 97 record? Maybe we did twice. But in our file is showing only 49 record. So here is an error definitely. So that we have to investigate, and that we have to escalate that issue to the development team. So those things actually when not only this part and testing, so here is a lot of thing involved while we doing that. So let's drop this one, or again drop double LA cell. Okay, so there is no record, hopefully. So there is no record. Now we are creating the table. This table created. Now loading the data again. So now see 49 record, but let's see here it is now 49. Maybe that time it is select start from LA cell. See 49 record. Now how I want to check each and every column. How to do that? We need to write query for like SQL script like that. Select count. For example, I want to verify like month 09 record. Say 49 record. So then the all record, we each and every single column we can verify like that, or there is a technique putting the Excel, like getting the data here from this table, like from here, and putting into the Excel, copy and putting the Excel, and then matching the data. There is a lot of command is there. So we are not going all detail, so slowly I'll check and I'll explain all detail. So not only we are checking that data completeness. There is a data transformation rule is sometime the rule is wrong. Maybe lookup value, lookup information is not accurate. So those things we have to verify into the ETL testing. So thanks for watching.